There you go. Good afternoon and welcome to Wisconsin Rapids for this afternoon's Central Wisconsin South baseball matchup between the Pittsville Panthers and the Pacelli Cardinals. C. Maves alongside Braden Sutter here today as the conference season starts. It's the second game for Pacelli this week. It is Pittsville's first game of, I think, 4 this week. They play Loyal tomorrow and then head down to the Madison area over the weekend. Today's pregame show brought to you by Auto Select. Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair service with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you are good to go. So Pittsville last year, a sectional semifinal loss to eventual state champion Oliva Strum. That was down in Blair Taylor. Then, of course, the Pacelli Cardinals making a trip to Appleton last spring in the state semifinal when they took a loss in the state semifinal. But just looking at Pittsville, bringing back conference pitcher of the year Logan Zickert, one of the top players, not just in the conference, one of the top players in the state, and Dawson Luther in center field. And then the guys behind them are going to have to pick up some slack from what they were a year ago. So we will see how things pan out. On the other side of things for Wayne Sankey and the Pacelli Cardinals, bringing back quite a few players. Melise Badoon, Bryce Flaker, Lucas Hammerly, Kelton Opper on the mound today for Coach Sankey and the Pacelli Cardinals. Crowd continues to file in, and we'll send it over for our starting lineups. You've been watching the Auto Select pre-game show.
Zickert, the pitcher. Batting second, number 2, Dawson Luther.
It's not transferring over.
All right, ready to go here in Wisconsin Rapids. Kelton Opper on the mound for the Pacelli Cardinals. He'll be going up against Logan Zickert, Dawson Luther, Ben Friday, Grant Radaman, Darren Luther, Brody Withers, Jamison Krieger, Will Tolzman, and Rayson Schooley for head coach Justin Rayburn and the Pittsville Panthers. Pacelli coming off a win at WIAA Fremont on Tuesday. And looking to head to 2-0 here to start the year. It's a big early conference matchup here. Two of the teams that are going to be fighting for that conference title all spring long. And the first matchup last year was 5-3 Pittsville. That was at Buchholz Park. And then about a month and a half later, it was a 17-7 win for Pittsville over in Pittsville. So we'll see how things pan out here tonight. It's going to be a good one. So go to the down drop arrow here. Right here. And then scoreboard tool. And then baseball. Combine, replace, doesn't matter. No, maybe not. It's there somewhere. Derek Freeman, the umpire behind home plate tonight for this matchup. Derek, a staple here in central Wisconsin, at least Wisconsin Rapids, for all the games the last number of years that I've done here at the Quadplex. He has been here a lot. Logan Zickert, the senior left-handed hitter, will take the mound and the ace pitcher for Pittsville. Got 3 games going right now. One more coming up at about 5 or 5:30 down at Gulf Shores, Alabama. The Dolphins taking to the field later on this afternoon. First pitch tonight here from the Quadplex from Kelton Opper, the lefty. Lefty v. lefty to start. Comes in at 4:32. To Logan Zickert, missed outside on this balmy 45-degree day. Zickert stands tall in the left-handed batter's box. Opper fires home and going to be grounded over to second. Nice play, step, throw, and just got him. Nice play by Lucas Hammerly to retire Logan Zickert. Good range there by Hammerly, 1 up and 1 down. And if you're head coach Justin Rayburn, not really sure that you would be happy with your starting pitcher sliding headfirst on the first hit of the year. But grounded out, 1 up and 1 down now for Dawson Luther. Dawson over to Hammerly at second. And 2 up and 2 down. Dawson just a handful of hits away from being the all-time hits leader at Pittsville High School. I'll bring up Ben Friday, the shortstop. Pretty efficient start here for Kelton Opper. Away, and it's 1-0. Marshfield and Chippewa Falls up at Madison Elementary School in Marshfield. Game's going on right now. It is 2-0 Marshfield in the bottom of the second inning. That one's going to be lifted to left center field. That is trouble all the way to the wall. Ben Friday is going to make his way to second, and Coach Rayburn says, truck your way over here. A 2-out triple for Ben Friday. Flaker in left and Garski in center playing extremely shallow, and Ben Friday made him pay. A two-out triple for Pittsville.
The third baseman, Grant Radaman.
That'll bring up Grant Radaman, the third baseman. Early opportunity here for Pittsville. Radaman, no batting gloves, and Opper just misses inside 1-0. Friday is a short lead from third. Spikes it in there, and Friday's going to come in to score, and Pittsville is on the board here in the first. Right through the wickets of Eric Reinke behind home plate, and the Panthers lead 1-0. Two 2-0 count to Grant Radaman. Misses high. Hopper behind 3-0. Darren Luther awaiting on deck. After a couple of quick outs, Zickert on 2 pitches, Luther on 1. A triple. And a outside corner strike there to Radaman. Hopper gets the call. McDill Tulin at Gulf Shores at 5:30 this afternoon. Jason Zaleski down there, and a 5-pitch walk to Radaman. That'll bring up Darren Luther, the first baseman.
Number 24, Darren Luther.
Luther, a lefty hitter, lefty v lefty again here. 1-0 Pittsville here in the top of the first. These two teams played here a couple of years ago. It's turned into a relatively decent afternoon here in central Wisconsin. There's a strike. Evens it up at a ball and a strike to Luther. The wind has died down significantly from what it was earlier today. Runner at first, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Opper, the lefty, fires home, misses outside. Good stop behind the plate. And it's 2-1 now to Darren Luther, the first baseman for Pittsville. Opper, a long look inside corner and got it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Logan Zickert will start his season with a lead when he comes to the mound in the bottom of the first inning. Now it's fouled straight back. Remains even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brody Withers a little late to retrieve the foul ball. Opper sets and fires again and got him swinging. And that'll end the first inning. 1 run on a hit and 1 left on. We've played a half an inning. It is the Pittsville Panthers 1. Pacelli coming up. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust in Stevens Point, Plover, and in Weston. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
All right, Melise Badoon with a base hit on a 1-2 pitch into left field. And that'll bring it for Pacelli. Logan Zickert on the mound. Jameson Krieger, his catcher. Flaker squares, pulls it back, and Zickert misses again. Radaman in at the cutout at third. Not a large lead over at first for Badoon. Squares again, gets it down, but foul does Flaker. Count runs 2 balls and a strike. Give you the defensive alignment here for Pittsville in just a moment. Flaker squares again. Pulls it back. Zickert misses high. 3-1. Lucas Hammerly on deck. Squares on the 3-1. Pulls it back, in there at the knees, and count runs full now to Flaker. Sun does shine here in Wisconsin Rapids. 3-2. Got him looking on the inside corner, and Flaker was looking for something, got something else, and goes down looking for the first strikeout for Logan Zickert on the season. That'll bring up Lucas Hammerly, the second baseman. Runner at first and 1 out. Badoon back easily, no issue there. Not a very large lead for Melise. Zickert fires home, and a spinner misses. Sweeper, as they say. The tall righty comes set. Fouled back by Hammerly. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture. Home Furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover. There's a strike. Brought it up just a little bit from that first offering and got the strike call that time, did Zickert. Badoon leads from first. There he goes. Foul. Did not foul it off. He struck out. Badoon's going to take second. But Hammerly strikes out swinging. Tomas Umara now at the plate. An RBI base hit in his first at-bat on Tuesday in WIAA. Badoon leads from second. A little bit healthier lead out there at second base now for Badoon. Zickert looks at him briefly and fires home and misses. Krieger with the stop behind the plate. Racing Scully out in left. Dawson Luther in center and Brody Withers in right. Grant Radaman at third, Ben Friday at short, Liam Parkinson at second, and Darren Luther at first. Popped up, foul territory. Over on it is Radaman, gives it a look, and looks at out of play. Jameson Krieger catching Logan Zickert here tonight. Long look for Logan. And fires home. Missed outside. Krieger just able to snag that one. And runs 2 balls and a strike. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. That one's fouled out of play as well towards the varsity softball field to our left. Pacelli Pittsville softball to our right on the west field. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln varsity baseball practicing behind us on the north baseball field. There's a spinner and got him looking. Strikes out the side does Logan Zickert after after a leadoff base hit. And the Cardinals leave one stranded. We've played an inning complete. It's Pittsville 1, Pacelli nothing. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meda Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at medacustom.com.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows at last year's pricing. Call today.
For Pittsville in the second. And Opper spikes one in there. That's 1 ball, no strikes. High and tight, 2-0. Krieger and Tolzman, the other due up here in the the top of the second. There's a 3-0 lead early for Pacelli softball. Just missed. A bit high, and it's 3-0, maybe a tad bit outside. 3 balls and no strikes here to Brody Withers. And there's a strike. Got another slate of games for you tomorrow. Check them all out at ZaleskiSports.com. Had some movement already. Schwabenon and Mosney game got canceled. There's a leadoff walk to Brody Withers from what we were told from the Mosney athletic director, Trevor Leopold. The fence at Mosney had some damage to it. So baseball fence at Mosney is getting worked on. They're going to try to move that game to Schwabenon. Schwabenon not ready for it either. There's a strike to Krieger. And I'm assuming that Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln JV is playing here tomorrow. So as fun as it is for schools to be able to come in here, the home school has first priority. But we will have Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln and Chippewa Falls tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock, a baseball doubleheader. Krieger squares the bunt, gets it down, and over to first. Nice play by Umura on the sacrifice bunt from Krieger. That'll bring up Will Tolzman, the DH. That was one thing that I mentioned last week when I was down in Alabama at the Gulf Shores game, that it's become a lost art for many in baseball, is being able to bunt, and that was a nice job there by Jamison Krieger. Those boys in Alabama did not miss a bunt. They were They were as skilled on the bunting as they were anything else. That was going to be fouled straight back. No balls and 2 strikes to Will Tolzman, the DH. Racing Schooley on deck for Pittsville, leading 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. Sure is nice to be back here doing some baseball on Zaleski Sports. In for another long spring and long summer here at the Quadplex. Make this place a second home during the summer. Looking forward to it. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. It's dropped. Tolzman, the throw to first, and he's going to be out at first on a Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. It was dropped by Reinke. Withers got to third on the wild pitch. That's the second Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Kelton Opper tonight. That'll bring up Rayson Schooley with the runner at third and 2 outs. And now Justin Rayburn needing a conversation. Oso's Brewing Company in Plover offers a large, spacious place for your next gathering or just to watch the big game on a massive projector screen. Enjoy a great variety of pizza and other hot food along with cold soda. It's all at Oso's Brewing in Plover. Couple of big-time games coming up this weekend, of course. The men and women's Final Fours in basketball. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, and missed a bit high to Schooley. Brewers had a walk-off bunt yesterday. Back in action this weekend against the Cincinnati Reds. Ellie De La Cruz making a early statement for some end of season awards. Ellie De La Cruz is more than you can bargain for, and there's a strike defensively, offensively. Earlier this week, he had a couple home runs and 7 RBI in a game. Inside corner is good, evens it up at 2-2. And the way the Brewers pitching has been is Ellie could have another big-time weekend. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Schooley. And got him looking. That'll end the top of the second inning as Opper records his second strikeout of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on via the walk. We've played an inning and a half. It's 1-0 Pittsville. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Nate Hammerly at the plate. 2 balls and a strike here to Nate. Zickert gets a swing and a miss. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just working through some stuff here early on. First baseball game with for the new computer, not new computer, for the computer this year. So, and he said he went around. So Zickert with 4 strikeouts in a row, and there's 1 away now for pitcher Kelton Opper. Working out some bugs. It really hasn't been used for 3 weeks. Just opened up the computer again the other day. Right down the middle for a strike, right at the knees, and so on 1. Last time that computer was used was for girls state basketball. That one misses. Oh, there's a strike. Outside corner. 0-2. Zickert again. That time missed. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Foul back. Make sure we get our reads here and get you some score updates. Gulf Shores hasn't begun yet, and that's a wild pitch, misses. They're in the bottom of the 3rd inning here behind us. It's Pacelli 4, Pittsville nothing. Brendan Retzloff and Ryan Rasmussen over there. They're in the bottom of the 4th in Marshfield. Marshfield 2, Chippewa Falls nothing. And Zickert has run it full now here to Kelton Opper. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. Got him reaching. And strikeout number 5 for Logan Zickert. There's 2 away now for Jaden Garski. First offering from Zickert is good for a strike. He grounded over to 3rd, bobbled, picked up by Radaman across, and got away from Darren Luther. Bad throw by Grant Radaman, and Garski reaches on the error. Bad throw there from Grant Radaman allows Garski to reach, and I'll bring up the catcher Eric Reinke. We saw it during warm-ups. That Radaman struggled at times over at 3rd. Now to bring up the catcher. Zickert fires and misses low. Grounded into right field. The throw to first, not in time. They almost had the 9-3 putout. Brody Withers came up throwing to try and gun down Reinke, but an error and a base hit. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Braden Flaker, with 2 outs.
Number 6, Braden Flaker.
2 on, 2 out. Missed high. Zickert a long look in. Sets and fires. And behind, 2-0 to the number 9 hitter, Braden Flaker. Melise Badoon, who's had the lone hit so far for Pacelli, awaits on deck. Just misses a bit inside. 3-0 to the number 9 hitter. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the first inning, or bottom of the second inning. And lost him. 4-pitch walk to Braden Flaker, and that'll bring up the top of the order. Justin Rayburn out to have a conversation with his ace pitcher. Wow. It has spiraled out here for Pittsville after the error from Grant Radaman. An RBI, and then a base hit from Ranke to right, and then a 4-pitch walk. Culligan Water specializes in all your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Bases are loaded here in the bottom of the second. Good crowd down here below us. Taking in this big time early conference matchup. And Pacelli's got Pittsville on the ropes here in the bottom of the second inning. Nice stop by Krieger. Pittsville will have the top of their order in the third. Badoon trying to give them to tie or take the lead. There's a strike. Zickert kicks and fires. That one gets away from Krieger. They're going to have a play at the plates. No, and Krieger throws that one away. So Pacelli ties it up here. Both runners advance. Two-one count. Pacelli looking for more. Outside corner and good again. Evens it up at 2-2. Ranke and Flaker the runners. Badoon the batter. Misses away. Count runs full now to Melise Badoon. Logan Zickert has thrown a lot of pitches since that error. High and tight, walked him again. So back-to-back walks for Logan Zickert. That'll bring up Bryce Flaker, who also took Zickert to a full count back in the first inning before striking out. That was fouled straight back into the screen. He was on it. No balls and a strike. Bases remain loaded for Pacelli. Zickert shakes 2 off, gets the third one that he likes. There's a high strike, and it's 0-2. Fires home, fouls it, scorching past third, and it remains 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Zickert fires home, spikes it in there, and runs 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got him right at the knees, and that'll end the second inning. Pacelli scores. They record 1 hit. They leave 3 on. There was an error. We have played 2 completes. Pittsville won. Pacelli won. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
All right, top of the third inning we go. It'll be 1, 2, and 3 here for Pittsville. Zickert, Luther, and Friday against Kelton Opper here in the top of the third inning. Taking a look at our schedule for tomorrow. Again, you can find these at ZaleskiSports.com. Coming up for tomorrow, Columbus Catholic will take on Flambeau down in Mauston. That's baseball. Columbus Catholic will take on Gibraltar in softball. Columbus Catholic baseball 1:15. Don's softball at 2. And then Don's baseball against Boyceville at 3:30. Mosinee takes on Eau Claire North at the Greenheck Fieldhouse in D.C. Everest at 3 o'clock. Wisconsin Rapids and Chippewa Falls starts a doubleheader at 4 in baseball. Assumption and Adams Friendship have a doubleheader at 4 here at the Quadplex. Mosinee will take on Shawano at 5 in softball. Right now, Neillsville and Stratford scheduled for a game at 5 o'clock in Neillsville. Zickert grounded out to Hammerly to start the game at second. And then rounding it out, D.C. Everest and De Pere in softball from D.C. Everest tomorrow night. The 1-0 to Zickert. Flies this one to the gap in left center field. Over on it and over the reach of Flaker. Zickert is going to truck in here for a lead-off triple. Oppo Taco there for Logan Zickert. Right over the head of Braden Flaker and a leadoff triple for the senior. And that'll bring up Dawson Luther, who rolled one over to second, his first time up. Dawson hit .534 last year. Again, just a handful of hits away from becoming the all-time leading hitter in Pittsville baseball history. And there's a strike, pops out of the mid of Ranke. Dawson, one of the top all-around athletes in Pittsville, just a junior. The 0-1 grounds it over to third. Umura to first. He's going to be out at first, but a run comes in on the RBI ground out for Luther. Nice play by Tomas Umura over at third base. That'll bring up Ben Friday, who also went opposite field for a triple back in the first inning. And Flaker takes a couple of steps to his left, and now is over the head of Friday. 2-1 Pittsville. You play in the top of the third. They answered that run right back that they gave in the second. Friday to left. This one's a little bit shallower, and Flaker ranges over and makes the play. Good range there for Braden Flaker in left. Coach Sankey had him shading to left center after Flaker tripled, or excuse me, after Friday tripled, and able to range over and make the play. I'll bring up Grant Radaman. Walked in the first. Going to be grounded right back up the middle. Backhanded by Hammerly at second across, and dropped at first by Nate Hammerly. And a 2-out error will bring up Darren Luther. Great things are happening at the Tomorrow River School District. Join the Falcon family. Are you ready to fly with us? I can vouch for sure that it's a great school to go to. And the renovations and upgrades and whatnot that they've put into that school the last, how long have I been out? 13 years has been incredible. Oh, had him leaning. Had Radman sleeping over at first. He's only got about a step and a half lead off first base, and they still almost picked him off. A nice stop behind the plates, and it's 2-0. Yeah, I graduated from Amherst in 2012, and the year after that, or a couple years after that, is when they started the sports complex renovation and building on and redoing stuff, and that was going to be hit right up the middle and gobbled up by Badun to end the third inning. A run on a hit, there was an error, and there was nobody left. We played 2.5. It's 2-1 Pittsville. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Lucas Hammerly to lead things off here in the Pacelli third inning. And taking a look at the ball game to our rights. Turn it up. As the Pacelli softball leading 10-0 in the fourth inning. A little better? Yeah. One ball, one strike, and misses to Lucas Hammerly. The 2-1. There's a strike. Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the third inning. Once again, glad you're all joining us here this afternoon. Misses away. Zickert's command has not quite been there the way that, again, it's just the first game of the year. Foul straight back. Remains full at 3-2. Pittsville will take on Loyal tomorrow. Then head down to Madison for a couple of games. Madison area this weekend. Popped up, foul territory. Over on it is Radman giving it a look. And off the top of the fence. And trickles back into the field of play. Hammerly, Umura, and Hammerly for Pacelli. That is a tough play. Infield base hit for Lucas Hammerly. Spiked it right over the head of Logan Zickerts. And no play for Liam Parkinson. That'll bring up Tomas Sumura, who struck out looking. Struck out looking to end the first inning for Pacelli. Hammerly from first with nobody out. Sumura right on the plate in that left-handed batter's box. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Ridgetop Exteriors has a winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Grounds it over again. Zickert underhands it to first as Darren Luther went to play it momentarily. Hammerly to second on the ground out. That'll bring in Nate Hammerly, the first baseman. Runner in scoring position now for Pacelli in the bottom of the third. Hammerly tiptoeing over there at second base. Kelton Opper on deck for Pacelli. Long look for Zickert, fires home, and in there for a strike. The 1-1. Low and away. Logan Zickert will be heading to La Crosse to play baseball next fall. Outside missed. Hoping for another long spring this year is Logan Zickert. There's a strike. Count runs full now at 3-2. Still back in that Blair Taylor sectional where they have been the last number of years. Lost to a state champion Oliva Strum in a sectional semifinal last spring. Fouled straight back. But that sectional final, or that sectional day, is back in Blair Taylor. There goes Hammerly. Down to third. He's going to be safe, and Nate Hammerly draws the walk. Didn't miss by much on the pitch to Nate Hammerly. That'll bring in Kelton Opper. Runners at the corners now and one out. Pacelli's sectional last year was in Rochelt, where they blew the doors open on a sectional final win. I think that one ended up being 15-0 in Pacelli's sectional final. Foul straight into the screen. I think Pacelli's sectional this year have to go all the way up to St. Thomas Aquinas. There's a swing and a miss. Very similar to what the Pittsville volleyball girls had to do. Had to go up to, was it Crivets for a sectional final volleyball game? Pretty standard when it comes to baseball and softball, though, especially baseball. Have some of those schools that don't otherwise host. Athens is hosting one. Blair Taylor, Oakfield, and St. Thomas Aquinas hosting baseball sectionals this year in Division 4. A slow roller backhanded coming home, and they're going to tag him out at home. What a play that was by Logan Zickert. Falling off the mound, gathering it, and throwing it to Krieger. And out at home will be Lucas Hammerly. Hopper will reach on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Jaden Garski, who reached on an error. Nathan Reimer running for the pitcher, Hopper. Garski reached on an error back in the second and scored the lone run for Pacelli. That started that little rally they had. 2 on, 2 out now for Garski. This is a tad low. I just want to know. Division 3 assignments: Augusta, Chilton, Osseo, and Kohler in Division 3. Teams that Zaleski Sports follows. There's a slow roller to short. Oh, it hit him. Yep, it hit the runner, Nathan Hammerly, and that'll end our third inning. No runs across on a hit, and 1 left on. We've played 3 complete. It's 2-1 Pittsville. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
At Oso Brewing, we're committed to our community and charity events. We give back locally. We're spot on with tasty food right inside our brewery. Oso pizzas and sandwiches are the best kept secrets in the area. Come and enjoy our new patio atmosphere with friends and family.
It will be something you want to tell your friends about.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
All right, to the 4th inning we go here. Again, we'll take a look at other sectionals. Division 4 teams that we cover, heading to Osseo, Auburndale in this conversation. Auburndale, Neelsville maybe. It's still early. Not really sure how everybody's going to pan out. In Division 3, Amherst, Bondwell, going to Chilton, Shiocton, WIAA, Wittenberg. Division 2 would be the Mosney area. Abbotsford, Colby. That is a sectional in Merrill. Merrill's got a nice setup up there. Merrill, Wisconsin Dells. Waupaca is hosting a Division 2 sectional. And Sectional 4, you still got a little while, but Sectional 4 in Division 2 is still looking for a host. So that's there's a strike to Brody Withers. Division 1, you have 8 host sites, and Spash, Buchholz Park, being one of them. So last couple of years it's been at Marshfield. This year Stevens Point is hosting. Bayport, Baraboo, Oshkosh North, Oregon, Oconomowoc, Muskego, and South Milwaukee, the 8 sections in Division 1. The 0-2. Miss low. Again, just the first week of competition here in baseball. The 1-2. Shallow center field coming in on is Garski diving, unable to make the play. That was good hustle there by Jaden Garski and a bloop single for Brody Withers. Actually, come to find out, I mean, what is it, the 3rd of April? Softball regionals start in 7 weeks, so it'll be here pretty quick. You get done with a winter sports season that's nearly 5 months long, and then spring that have to get onto the field as quickly as you can and get as many games in as you can in 2 months. And then it continuously pushes back because this year's baseball state tournament is, I think, the 3rd week of June, which does not give you a whole lot of season for Legion come this summer. So we'll see how all that pans out for sure. The baseball state tournament this year is June 16th through the 19th, Monday through Thursday. Missed inside to Jamison Krieger. The first time this year that they are doing it, the softball state tournament has now been moved to 4 days. Last couple of years, they've tried to cram in all those games in 3 days. It hasn't really panned out well, especially when we've gotten rain. There's a swing and a miss by Krieger. There's a serve pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. There's one away, and that is Opper's 4th strikeout. I'll bring up Will Tolzman. He struck out swinging. They threw him out at first, or tagged him out at first after the drop 3rd strike. And misses a bit low. Yeah, state baseball tournament, or excuse me, state softball tournament this year, the 11th through the 16th. Or excuse me, 11th through the 14th. And 2-0 to Tolzman. Still 8 teams in Division I, and then goes from there. If there was only 4 divisions, you may have a better chance at it, but 5 divisions for softball and try and get all those games in there. Not really realistic, and they came to their senses and rented out Goodman Diamond for one more day. So 3-0 here to Will Tolzman. There's a strike at the knees, 3-1. Division 5 softball groupings locations here. 3-1 weekly hit over to Amura at 3rd. Tough throw. Wow, nice play there by Nate Hammerly. And there's 2 away as Withers goes to 2nd. I'll bring up Rayson Schooley. So speaking of Pacelli softball, back-to-back state champs, they got moved up to Division 4. And so Division 5 this year wide open with not just Pacelli moving up, but Assumption moving up as well. And there's a strike from Schooley. So Thorpe, Blair Taylor, Barneveld, and Allman Bancroft, the locations. 12-2. Oh, what are they doing? They're just playing because they have the field rented out. The 0-2. And got him looking into the backwards K. We'll have more about the softball the softball field when we come back. It's 2-1 Pittsville. We've played 3.5 halfway through this one. Yeah, halfway through this one. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
It's hard to choose a new school. It's about academics, but also so much more. What does it mean to be a Falcon? Let me show you around. It means contributing to our communities and considering our role in making the world a better place. Asking good questions so we can understand the complexities of the world around us. Creating positive relationships across our differences so that we can hear others and be heard. Solving problems as a team with both creativity and resilience. Figuring out who we are and identifying the small decisions we make every day to become who we want to be. So what do you think? Are you ready to fly?
What's the game change? Yeah.
All right, bottom of the fourth inning we go. It'll be 8-9-1 for Pacelli. Again, taking a look at that softball state field. Thorpe, Blair Taylor, Barneville, and Almond Bancroft, the locations. Assumption, Pacelli, and Oakfield all out of the Division 5 field. So it is wide open for whoever wants to take it. Division 4, McDonald Central hosting, Necedah hosting, Mineral Point and Crivets. And the sectional of, don't want to say sectional of death, but the toughest sectional, it's got to be that Necedah sectional. As Zickert misses again, you got Assumption, Auburndale, Edgar, Marathon, and Pacelli. And then the top of it, Osseo. Mondovi's usually pretty decent. Leave a Strum. Yeah, that sectional 3 of Division 4 is very, very tough. And nearly, see if it hit him or not. So we'll, of course, keep an eye on that one. Division 3 locations are Cumberland, Poynette, Laconia, and Chilton. And they're going to hit the knob. So it's going to be a strike. Two and two now. And swung on and missed. So after all that, Ranke goes down via the strikeouts. That is Zickert's first strikeout since the second and his 6th of the night. And here you go, Braden Flaker, who walked on 4 pitches in the second inning. And then Division 2, Rice Lake. Mosney's in there with Rice Lake. They battled a 1-0 sectional final last year. Rice Lake, West Salem, Whitewater, and Winneconne, the locations for Division 2. As Zickert wheels and deals in there for a strike. And much like baseball, softball, 8 sections as well. Locations: Stevens Point, Pulaski, Baraboo, Oshkosh North, Oregon, Hamilton, Brookfield Central, and Muskego. Zickert misses outside. We play in the bottom of the fourth. 2-1 Pittsville. And draws the walk. Second walk by Flaker tonight. And that'll bring up the top of the order. That'll bring up Melise Badoon. That's the fourth walk issued by Logan Zickert tonight. Badoon a single and a walk. And Krieger takes the worst of that. Right on the inside of that left thigh. 0-1 here to Badoon. St. Denis Carpet 1 on Post Road and Plover is here to floor you with the best in all of your carpeting and flooring needs. Whether you're for your home or business, you'll find help with choosing the right look and material to bring your flooring to the next level. Runner at first and 1 out. He'll be the top of the order for Pittsville in the 5th. Now it's lifted to center, shallow center, long run for Dawson Luther. He's going to make the catch on the run and record the second out. The Dahl family of vehicles has been earning 5-star reviews since 1911. Now we'd like to earn your 5-star review at the new Dahl Honda and Dahl Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealerships in Stevens Point. Learn more online at dahlauto.com. Bryce Flaker, a couple of backwards Ks tonight. There's a strike. Zickert with 7 strikeouts. And 4 walks. Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft is a local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snack sticks, cheese curds, and cheese trays. For Wisconsin's finest cheese, stop at Cheese Pleasers right off I-39 in Bancroft. There goes the runner. Swung on and missed, and Krieger won't have a throw. So Flaker will take second base, and Braden Flaker will take second base. Bryce Flaker behind 0-2. And the softball game has ended with a Pacelli win. Their first of many this year. This is low and away. And 3 of the top Division 5 teams from a year ago all moved up to Division 4 in girls softball. Swung on and missed. Flaker down for the 3rd time via the strikeout. We've played 4 complete, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left via the walk. 2-1 Pittsville. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
Logan Zickert to lead things off. Ground out in a triple tonight for Logan. Zickert at 89 pitches. Opper at 59. According to our friends on the Game Changer app. That's what the teams go off of, so that's what we're... This is low. We're in the 5th. 1-0 or 2-1, 1-0 count, 2-1 Pittsville. The 2 runs that came into score were via triples. Zickert tripled in the 3rd and scored on a ground out by Dawson Luther. Ben Friday tripled with 2 outs in the 1st and scored on a wild pitch. The 1-1 from Opper. Outside and missed the corner. Whitetail Properties Real Estate is your premier hunting land, farmland, and recreational land broker. If you're looking to buy or sell, Central Wisconsin agents are Brian and Evan Roosh at whitetailproperties.com. Zickert pops it up out of play. Good baseball crowd here. There's a good softball crowd, too. They're all heading out to the ice rink parking lot. The 2-2. Spikes in there. Count runs full now to Zickert. Good to see that parking lot filled up once again as we start our spring and summer here at the Wisconsin Rapids Quadplex. 3-2. And Zicker draws a leadoff walk. Place gets plenty full during the winter, for sure. The ice rink parking lot does. Wisconsin Rapids River Kings, the hockey team, not even sure what ages they are, but junior hockey league or whatnot, as Luther ducks out of the way right over the top of his head. But the Wisconsin Rapids River Kings, a very good hockey team here in central Wisconsin. One-0 count. Zickert leads from first. Had him leaning and back just in time. Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. The 1-0. Luther a big hack and missed. Fouled into the mitt, 1-1. Zicker leads from first. Hopper steps off and tosses over. Little Scholars and Little Scholars Beginnings are two beautiful child and preschools in Stevens Point offering early childhood learning for infants through 4K. You'll find great facilities and comfortable environment to help your child grow. Visit littlescholars.com. And missed inside off the glove of Reinke, and Zickert will reach second. Skees Meat Market is your locally owned premier meat market filled with more than 30 flavors of brats, along with chicken, steaks, beef, deli meats, local and seasonal favorites, and more. It's all at Skees Meat Market on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. The 2-1 to Luther. Just a bit low and a tad bit away, 3-1. Don't want to make a mistake here if you're Kelton Hopper. The 3-1. And lost him. Back-to-back walks to the top two hitters for Pittsville. Hopper has 5 strikeouts to go along with 4 walks. That'll bring in Ben Friday. A triple and a flyout to right field. No, left field. See, still getting my numbers figured out here. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. 2 on, nobody out. This is the first time tonight that Pittsville has had multiple base runners in the same inning at the same time. The 1-0 right there for a strike. Painted the inside corner is 1-1. Mutual of Wausau Insurance. They've been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. It's mutualofwausau.com. Find an agent near you. Long look for Hopper. The 1-1. Low and away. Grant Radaman awaiting on deck. Radaman's been walked and reached on an error. Two balls and a strike. And Hopper misses again. Zickert and Luther, the runners. Great speed on the base paths for Pittsville. And miss again. 3 walks to start the 5th. Today's game is brought to you by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Dahl Automotive, Stevens Point Brewery, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza. I'll read this one again here. The Dahl family of vehicles has been earning 5-star reviews since 1911. Now we'd like to earn your 5-star review at the new Dahl Honda and Dahl Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealerships in Stevens Point. Learn more online at dahlauto.com. That's DAHL auto.com. See if we can get you a couple of other scores. We're probably winding down pretty quickly here. They're in the bottom of the 1st, I believe, in Gulf Shores, 0-0. They don't. Something I figured out last week when I was down there, they don't play conference games. They play area games. They don't have conferences in Southern Alabama, or I guess in any Alabama. But they don't have conferences. They have areas, and there's only like 4 teams in an area. The meeting on the mound helps. Opper pumps in a strike. No balls and a strike. Misses away, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Swung on, fouled into the mitts, and it's 1-2. Darren Luther on deck. Speed all over the base paths for Pittsville. Opper trying to work through it. Corner infield plays in. The 1-2. Knuckled over to first. Off the glove of Hammerly, and everybody's going to be safe. Grant Radman will reach, and Pittsville adds another one on the errant play from Nate Hammerly. Marshfield up 6-1 on Chippewa Falls. That's, again, I don't know how good Chi High is this year, but they're usually pretty good softball team, so that could be a big win for Marshfield. No balls and a strike to Luther. Bases remain full, and a high strike there, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes, still nobody out. That one's foul at the plate. Remains 0-2. Nice stop behind the plate by Eric Reinke. One ball, 2 strikes. We play in the top of the 5th inning. Nobody out. 3-1 Pittsville. Bases loaded for the Panthers. Opper's pitch. Low. Kelton at 83 pitches here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No movement for Pacelli. 2-2. Chopped foul past first. At the beginning of this inning, Logan Zickert was up 30 in the pitch count. Now down to just 5. It was 89-59 pitch count into this inning. Swung on and missed, and a big strikeout there for Kelton Opper. Darren Luther is down via the strikeout for the 2nd time tonight. Strikeout number 6 for Opper. That's a Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Got to bring up Brody Withers. A walk and a single. Now the entire infield plays in. Everybody plays in. The outfield is nearly on the infield dirt. Withers swings and misses. Steps away from the plate. I've seen outfield play shallow. That is as shallow as it gets. Huge gap in left center field. Missed high. Bases loaded, 1 out. Opper takes a deep breath and fires. Misses again. See Brendan Retzloff and Ryan Rasmussen trekking out of here. Quick day at the office. 2-1. Big swing and a big miss. Ryan is, I think Ryan's game tomorrow got postponed. Brendan's going down to Mauston tomorrow. The 2-2. Got him looking on the outside corner. A couple of strikeouts for Kelton Opper. And I'll be up to Jamison Krieger. The 7th Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Kelton Opper. Base is loaded. Infield can play back now. Outside corner, good for a strike. Three walks to begin this inning, an error, and now a couple of strikeouts. Hopper has it right where he wants him. Gets the first strikeout, then throws a ball, and then strikes him out. So that's been the formula of the last couple of hitters. The 1-1. Yep, falls behind 2-1. Pitch number 94 coming here for Kelton Opper. Again, high school baseball, you're allotted 105. 2-1. Missed. 2-2. A little under it and maybe a tad bit in front of it. Opper gets one that he likes. 2-2 coming back. Looking to get out of the jam. And missed. Now all the runners will have a head start. You got Luther at third, Friday at second, and Radman at first. Hopper trying to strike out the side here after giving up 3 walks to start the inning. Everybody steps off, everybody back. A 36-pitch inning here for... There'll be 37 coming up here for Opper. Again, he had 59 coming into this inning. There go the runners. Oh, and got him on the inside corner, and Derek Freeman rings up Jamison Krieger to end the 5th inning. 1 run, no hits. There was an error. There were 3 runners left on base, and Kelton Opper ended up striking out the side. After all that, we've played 4.5. It's 3-1 Pittsville. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty. We'll have a new pitcher for the Panthers coming up.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local day spots?
Oh,
Yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
All right, Ben Friday, the new pitcher for Pittsville. Logan Sickert's first outing of the season. He goes 4 innings, gives up 3 hits, a run, 4 walks, and struck out 8 Pacelli Cardinals here tonight. He'll give way to Ben Friday. Ben Friday and Logan Zickert just switch spots. Zickert to short and Friday to the mound. As we close in here on 6 o'clock in central Wisconsin. Stevens Point Orthopedics proud to welcome orthopedic spine surgeon Jason Potoki. He is ready to serve the central Wisconsin community and is now seeing patients. More information regarding spine and back services available at stevenspointortho.com. Lucas Hammerly, strikeout and a single. Has 2 at-bats. He was thrown out at home trying to score. Popped up third base side and making the play in foul territory is Grant Radaman. 1 up and 1 down here to start the 5th inning. Tomas Umara now. Strikeout and a ground out tonight for Tomas. Breaking ball foul at the plate. That was a good job by Tomas just to be able to get a bat on it. Find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, and service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. Friday works quick. The 0-1 grounded over to first and a foul. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up for Pittsville in the 6th. It was 45 at first pitch today, 10-mile-an-hour wind. And we have dipped. Oh, we've gained a degree. There you go. 46 degrees. The wind has nearly gone away, down to 6 miles an hour out of the west. It was 10 at first pitch. It was up to 18 at times here in Wisconsin Rapids today. As Umara looks at a ball. Got a handful of games tomorrow, 51 tomorrow. The big question will be on Monday, if there will be any games to be able to be played on Monday. That's going to be rocketed into the sky. Parkinson over on it, and he makes the catch. Liam Parkinson with a nice catch. And there's 2 away for Nate Hammerly. A high for Monday. We got like 5 games on Monday scheduled, 5 or 6 games on Monday. A high here in Wisconsin Rapids on Monday of 31 degrees. That gets into the dangerously cold spot for baseball and softball. And you can play, but then you risk breaking bats, and that's no bueno. They can make the technology as good as they want in bats, but a cold bat on a hard ball, no matter how good the technology is and the science is behind it, still will not be good. The 2-1. That was going to be blooped into left. That's going to fall in front of Rayson Schooley. And a 2-out double for Nate Hammerly. That's a hustle double there for Nate. We'll keep you updated on if those games happen on Monday or not. We got a number of them. I'll bring up Kelton Opper. Strikeout and fielder's choice tonight for Kelton. Runner at second and 2 outs. Still just a 3-1 game here. There's a swing and a miss. Friday on the mound, relieving Logan Zickert. Logan at 89 pitches today, finishing up his outing. Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. We'll have our Nasonville Dairy postgame show once this game wraps up. That's going to be hit over to second. Bobbled there by Parkinson, and no play to be had. So Hopper's going to reach on the error. Hammerly to third, 2 outs for Jaden Garski. He was at the plate when Nate Hammerly was hit on the ground ball. Nathan Reimer. Reimer back in to run for Hopper. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. First offering to Garski is good for a strike. Popped up on the infield. Parkinson over on this one. It gives way to Logan Zickert. Zickert ran all the way from his shortstop position to make sure that he would be able to make that catch and end the 5th inning. Parkinson made a heck of a catch on the pop-up by Umara, and Zickert says, I'll take it. We've played 5 complete. It's 3-1 Pittsville. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in. Got a passion for helping people? Maybe you like cars. Are you into science? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double-checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
All right, Kelton Hopper's day is done as well, as he will finish off with 5 innings. Gave up just 3 hits. Three runs. He walked 5 and struck out 8. So very similar numbers to Logan Zickert, but biggest one so far, 3-1. Tomas Umara will be on the mound for Pacelli. He'll face off with Will Tolzman, Rayson Schooley, and Logan Zickert. The culture of Wisconsin is forever tied to life on the farm. Bring the family for a visit to Feltz's Dairy Store in Stevens Point. Cheeses, dairy products, local meats, seasonal decor, and so much more. Feltz Dairy Store, food, family, and fun. Tolzman today, a strikeout and a ground out. Owen Hansen, the new third baseman. Kelton Hopper moved over to first after his day on the mound. And Umara misses low and is 2-0. Outside corner. Gets it there, and it's 2-1. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, the best one. Snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. There's no place better. Some of the best snacks around is at Fleet Farm. 3-1. A leadoff walk here to start the 6th. Great things are happening at the Tomorrow River School District with open enrollment now open. Come and join the Falcon family. Are you ready to fly with us at Amherst? Tomorrow River School District, Amherst, same school. Throw it out to first as Schooley pulled it back on a ball, 1-0. Squares the bunt again, pulls it back in for a strike. And we'll be on the field after the game. I should have told both coaches when I went down to talk to them, if whoever wins for our meetings or for our post-game interview, should have just told them to come upstairs. They don't have cleats on, so that wouldn't be an issue to come up on the metal bleachers, but I got a winter coat in here somewhere, but it is 46 degrees, so I'm not going to shouldn't complain about that. Miss low and in. Very rarely do you start a game at 4:30, and you're at 6:10 right now, and temperature has gone up. The 2-2. Got him looking, and there's a serve pro Jamie Wenzel Strenga, the first one for Tomas Umara. And now back to the top of the order, and Logan Zickert. Ground out, triple, and a walk tonight for Logan. He scored 2 of the 3 runs for the Panthers. Looks at a ball just below the zone, 1-0. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Assumption Adams Friendship softball doubleheader here on the field just to the right of us on the west softball field. Braden will be back with Mike Wenlett tomorrow night. Wisconsin Rapids Chippewa Falls baseball doubleheader on the north baseball field. Logan Zickert rolls one over to first and takes a wicked roll and foul. It's 2-1. Then you can check out all of our games at ZaleskiSports.com. We have 3 down in Mauston, 2 Columbus Catholic baseball games, 1 Columbus Catholic softball game, and then a triple header at the brand new Greenheck facility on the campus of DC Everest High School. The 3-1. Going to be hit over to short, backhanded, nearly backhanded by Badoon. But opposite field base hit there for Logan Zickert, just out of the reach of Melise at short. I made the joke about it last year during the Legion regionals that were played at Simon Field in DC or at DC Everest. Obviously, there's a long history of school names and whatnot that you don't want to change the name of schools and everything. But after a while, you got to imagine as Luther bounces this one to second, underhands it to second across, not in time. Luther's going to be safe on the fielder's choice. Tolman over to third. After a while, you kind of imagine that should just change the school name from DC Everest to Greenheck High School. But they do a great job. And meeting on the mound, Julie checks in. River Kings are 16 to 20-year-olds junior hockey. I knew it wasn't very old guys that are playing, and River Kings are a very good team. The last number of years, there's been a Minnesota team that's bounced them in the playoffs previously. May get it wrong, but it's either like I know there's a Minnesota Mullets team that is pretty good. Minnesota Squash, I don't know. But was I with you last year when we were going through minor league names and going through baseball nicknames and team names? There's a strike to Ben Friday. One of the most fun things that you can do. Just go online and go take a look at minor league baseball teams or just adult baseball leagues and just look at all the nicknames. Friday swung on and missed. You got to look at one of the most popular ones right now out of Savannah, Georgia, the Savannah Bananas. I mean, they have changed the game of baseball for sure. The 0-2 has swung on and missed. Tomorrow with a couple of strikeouts. Here in the inning, Pittsville doesn't get anything across. We've played 5.5. We go to the bottom of the sixth. 3-1 Pittsville. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun, Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
All right, 8-9-1 here for Pacelli, Ranke, Braden Flaker, and Melise Badoon for the Cardinals in the bottom of the sixth. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Great crowd watching online. Thank you all for making us part of your Thursday night. It kind of have to go into that as well. Sometimes for not doing a game for so long, no matter what, baseball, basketball, whatever it is, sometimes you forget what day it is, and we are here on a glorious Thursday night in central Wisconsin. Marshfield with a 6-2 win over Chi High. That's a big-time win for the Lady Tigers. Ground ball, Zickert has a bounce off of him, and Eric Ranke will reach on the E6. A wicked hop off that turf, and Pacelli got just what they needed, a leadoff base runner. Down in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Jeez, I go down there for a game last week. We got no comments on our chat box. Jason's, they got a whole story over there. Goodness. Gulf Shores leads 2-0, or 2-1 over McDill-Tulune. There's a breaking ball in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes here to Braden Flaker. Couple of walks tonight for the number 9 hitter. Friday looks at his runner and fires home. Misses a tad bit high, and it's 1-2. High chopper to second. Parkinson goes through his legs. Couple of errors here for Pittsville, and Pacelli has got something cooking here in the bottom of the 6th. Ranke running in front of Parkinson may have shielded his sight of view, but now back to the top of the order. 4 errors for Pittsville here tonight. Dahl Automotive in Stevens Point has over 1,300 vehicles, but they want more, so they'll offer an extra $500 over book value for your trade-in vehicle. Shop DahlAuto.com for all the best selections in the area, or stop in to see them at Dahl Honda just off Stanley Street, or at Dahl Chrysler on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Now Melise Badoon, a single, a walk, and a flyout. Runners at the corners for Pacelli and nobody out. Breaking ball and a beauty in there, and it's 0-1. Ranke at third, Flaker at first. A couple of errors in the inning by the middle infield. Popped up and out of play, and it's 0-2. Look out over there on the walking path. The sun right in the eyes of the right-handed hitters right now. There goes the runner, outside corner, and throw down to third. And back in time, the runner Flaker will steal second. And again, Badoon that pitch from Friday just missed. Now base hit would tie the ball game here. Going to be line to left. It's hooking just foul. Right off the handle. Right off the handle of Badoon. Schooley shades a little bit more to the line, backs up a tad in left field. Now it's right into the screen right in front of us, and it remains 1-2. Friday fires. Bloop to shallow left. Schooley long run. Diving, can't make the play. The throw is going to be cut off, and now they got him in a rundown. Flaker's going to be tagged out in between second and third. The run will score. So Ranke will score. Flaker tagged out. Badoon reaches second on an RBI base hit. And now Bryce Flaker. And Schooley was just a tad bit too far on that one and left. Gave it another nice effort. 3-2 now, Pittsville. Bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out. Ben Friday gets one that he likes. Comes back in the 1-0. Popped up. Center field. Dawson Luther, a long run. Settles under it and makes the catch. And there's 2 away now for Lucas Hammerly. Bryce Flaker has had a night to forget at the plate tonight. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a flyout. Hammerly a strikeout, a single, and a pop-out. It'll be Radaman, Luther, and Withers for Pittsville in the 7th. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Looks at Badoon and fires home. Misses outside. Evens it up and a ball and a strike. Zickert holding Badoon on slightly at second. Gets back into his shortstop position. There's a spinner in there and missed. Huge, huge gap in left center field. That was going to be hit right up the middle underneath the glove of Zickert, and Pacelli will tie it here in the bottom of the 6th inning. RBI base hit for Lucas Hammerly. We are tied at 3. Now Tomas Umara, 0 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, ground out, pop out. So a couple of errors in this inning have come back to hurt Pittsville. Logan Zickert and Kelton Opper will both be given no decisions here tonight after their outings on the mound. Four, 5, and 6 due up for Pittsville in the bottom of the 6th. And Umara looks at a ball 3-0. And gets a strike on the low outside offering, and it's 3-1. Friday has come all the way back here, and it's a full count. Hammerly leads from first after driving in Melise Badoon to tie this game at 3. And throw down to second. Now you don't want to get it too far into center field. And Logan Zickert may have saved an extra base. Now runners at first and second for Nate Hammerly. Oh, Owen Hansen. My apologies. Owen Hansen. At the plate, his first at-bat of the night. Runner in scoring position is Lucas Hammerly at second base for Pacelli. There's a strike. Evens it up at a ball and strike from Ben Friday. Chopped foul. Up along third, 1-2, the 7th hitter of the inning for Pacelli. Again, the inning started with a couple of errors by Zickert at short and Parkinson at second. An RBI base hit from Melise Badoon and an RBI single from Lucas Hammerly. And just missed on that one, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ben Friday comes set. Popped up, foul, not a play. Made a Custom Apparel specializes in providing quality decorated apparel, including from corporate casual, team uniforms, and promotional items to sporting goods and awards. Find just what you need to keep you looking great. Learn more at madeacustom.com. The 2-2. And Hammerly will steal third. Counter runs full now to Owen Hansen. Reminder, that's madeacustom.com. All right, runners at the corners. Umara will take off with the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Hansen will go down to end the 6th inning. But Pacelli ties it with a couple here in the bottom of the 6th. There were a couple of errors, a couple of hits, and a couple left on. We've played 6 completes. The new score is Pittsville 3, Pacelli 3. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Ski's Meat Market is your locally owned premier meat market filled with so many delicious favorites featuring hundreds of varieties of bratwurst, chicken, pork, steak, and so much more. No matter what you're looking for, everything you'll find at Ski's Meat Market is always fresh with so many local gems including pizzas, salsas, deli meats, and a variety of homemade dips, pasta salads, veggies, loaded baked potatoes, and drinks. Ski's is a one-stop shop for all your culinary needs. They're always adding new flavors and specialty products. Ski's Meat Market on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Their quality is worth the stop.
And the most important of those things is to have the ability to do things and treat patients in such a way that you're that you're able to do things in such a way that you're controlling the decisions that are made, and you have that ability to change things when you feel like they're not the best things for you or for your patients, and that's really important.
All right, to the 7th inning we go. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for Pittsville, Radaman, Luther, and Withers. And you can, if Pittsville can't get this win tonight, you can take a look at that 5th inning for the Panthers. They had 3 on and nobody out after 3 walks and an error. They did score a run in that inning, but then it was a strikeout to Luther, Withers, and Krieger from Kelton Hopper. There's a swing and a miss to start the at-bat for Grant Radaman. Radaman tonight has been on base 3 times. He's walked and reached on a couple of errors. Missed a bit outside, 2-1. Ooh, high and tight, and Radaman swings through it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umara fires away, and it's 3-2. Tomas Umara fires home and got the outside corner, and there's 1 away. Strike number 3 for Tomas. That'll bring up Darren Luther. A couple of strikeouts tonight for Darren. Foul straight into the screen. Out of play, and it's 0-1. No balls and a strike. Swung at the high fastball, and it's 0-2. Just missed the inside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shoot a Funeral Home or Shoot a Funeral Services in Stevens Point and Plover is here to help you with all your funeral needs with 2 convenient locations and a personal local touch. Let their experienced staff serve your family. Count runs full now here to Darren Luther. Learn more at shootafuneral.com. That's shootafuneral.com. Brody Withers awaiting on deck, the 3-2. Chopped over to second. That's Hammerly. and makes the throw over to Opera at first to retire Luther, and there's 2 away. Withers tonight, a walk, single, and a strikeout. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for Pacelli in the bottom of the 7th. That one's going to be lifted to deep left field. That one is hooking. It's a fair ball. Oh, they're going to say foul ball. That looks pretty good from here. Just missed it. The 0-1. And in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. Misses low for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes. Jamison Krieger on deck. Tomas Umara fires home. Umara walking off. Withers backed out of that one. That was a nice breaking ball there for Umara. Just missed. 2-2. That was going to be lifted to left center field. Backing up on it, Flaker and Garski. That one's going to one-hop the wall. And heading to third will be Brody Withers. And a 2-out triple for Withers. The third triple of the night for Pittsville. Just about that same exact spot. And now he needs a breather. Withers huffing and puffing over there at third base. I'll bring up Jamison Krieger, a sacrifice, and a couple of strikeouts. Runner at third and 2 outs. First one to Krieger misses. The 1-0. Low and away. Two balls and no strikes. Inside as just misses Krieger, and it's 3-0. Runner at third is Brody Withers. Right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Three-one fires home and away, and the 2-out walk. Runners at the corners now for Will Tolzman. Strikeout in the second, ground out in the fourth, and a walk in the sixth for Pittsville tonight. Panthers 3 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors, and 8 runners left on base so far. Let's see if they put Krieger in motion here with 2 outs. Tomas Umara comes set. Krieger stays put. And first offering to Tolzman is good for a strike. The 0-1. Right at the knees again, and it's 0-2 now. Tolzman. It'll be Opper, Garski, and Ranke in the bottom of the 7th. And didn't take the bat off of his shoulder, and 3 straight at the knees, and Tolzman goes down looking to end the 7th inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 2 left on. We've played 6.5. Pacelli going to try and walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back after this. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Imagine if your orthopedic clinic, surgery center, and physical therapy were all in one place with one team. At Stevens Point Orthopedics, you'll have a clinic where a friendly voice always answers your call. If you need further care, it's a short walk to meet our surgery center team, or down the hall to meet a group of our physical therapists. There is one space and one team for the best orthopedic care in central Wisconsin. That's Stevens Point Orthopedics, world-class treatment and hometown care.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. It'll be Opper, Garski, and Ranke against Ben Friday. Trying to walk it off here are the Pacelli Cardinals, and the first offering from Friday misses outside. Again, Friday's 6th inning couldn't have gone any worse for Pittsville defensively. A couple of errors, and Pacelli's able to take advantage. There's a strike to Opper, and it evens it up at a ball and a strike. Kelton tonight a strikeout, fielder's choice, and reached on an error. The 1-1 fouled off down the left field side, and it's a 1-2. We play here in the bottom of the 7th. We eclipsed 2 hours here in this one. The 1-2. Breaking ball, got him looking. Backdoor. And there's one away. Backdoor breaker there for Ben Friday. That'll bring up Jaden Garski, who popped out to that's the one he popped out to Logan Zickert, who was playing short but caught it where the second baseman was. First offering a bit high and away, and it's 1-0. Eric Ranke awaiting on deck. Friday fires. Right back up the middle. Off of Ben Friday. And a bare hand to first. Oh, what a play by Grant Radaman. Ricocheted off of Ben Friday. And a barehanded toss there from Grant Radaman. And there's 2 away on the 1-5-3 putout. A doozy of a play there for Radaman. That'll bring up Eric Ranke. Single strikeout and reached on an error. Now it's going to be driven deep to left field. Backing up on it is Schooley. That one is going to hit the base of the wall. And a 2-out double by Eric Ranke. Wow. Big time hit there for the catcher. Now the winning run stands at second base for Braden Flaker. Couple of walks and reached on an error. Then back to the top of the order. There's a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Fouls it off. Right in on the hands. Good pitch there by Ben Friday, and it's 0-2. Melise Badoon on deck. Ben Friday comes set. Ranke stands at second. Ground ball over to Radaman at third. Steps, throws, and we're going to the 8th. Here in Wisconsin Rapids, no runs on a base hit. Extras here in the conference opener. We're tied at 3. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at maidacustom.com.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows at last year's pricing. Call today.
All right, to the top of the 8th we go. It'll be Corbin Lee to lead things off for Pittsville, hitting for Rayson Schooley. Rayson was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Corbin will get his first at-bat of the night. Corbin is ready to go. He was he was walking up to the plate before Tomas Umara was done with his warm-up pitches. But all right, 9-1-2 here for Pittsville. It'll be Lee, Zickert, and Luther here in the 8th, tied at 3. Umara fires home, and his first at-bat of the year, and he whacks him on the back. There you go. That's how you get introduced into a baseball game. That'll bring up the top of the order Logan Zickert. Lee with the lead from first. If you're Corbin Lee, the only thing you don't want to do is get picked off. Zickert pops it up and out of play. Zickert tonight, a ground out, triple, a walk, and a single. Umara sets and fires. Can be hit over to second, double play or to short, double play opportunity across, and not in time. Nicely done by the middle infield of Badoon and Hammerly. A half a step for Zickert. Now Dawson Luther. Taylor made double play, and Zickert just able to beat it out. Luther tonight, ground out, couple of ground outs, a walk, and a fielder's choice. Pacelli will have the top of their order in the 8th. Zickert leads from first. There he goes. Perfect pitch to get him, and he got him. Caught stealing. Eric Ranke throws out Logan Zickert. It was a perfect pitch to gun him down on, a pitch outside to the left of the glove side of Eric Ranke. Couldn't have asked for a much better spot if you were the Pacelli catcher. And now Dawson Luther's ahead 3-0. And walked him. So instead of Runners at first and second with 1 out. Now you got a runner at first with 2 outs after the walk, and that'll bring up Ben Friday, who struck out in the 6th with 2 runners on. Luther from first. Friday, a big cut and a miss. No balls and a strike. Again, waves at it and misses. 0-2. Not close on the first 2 swings from Ben Friday. Umara fires home. There goes Luther. And Friday swings and misses for a strikeout to end the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. We've played 7.5. Pacelli's got the top of the order coming up. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
All right, here we go. Melise Badoon. Melise Badoon at the plate. A couple of singles, a walk, and a flyout. Scored the tying run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Friday fires. Outside for a strike. And over the top. Spinner didn't spin that time for Friday, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 from Ben Friday. Can be lined into left field and a leadoff base hit for Melise Badoon. And the Cardinals with a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 8th. I'll bring up Bryce Flaker. And Bryce trying to make amends with his at-bats here tonight. Bryce has struggled at the dish, trying to come through as the hero tonight. Squares the bunt, pops it up, and it's going to roll foul. And it's 0-1. And the sun right in the eyes of Grant Radaman over there at third base. Not so much in the batter's eyes anymore. A little trickle, but Radaman, oh, and a breaking ball and a beauty there from Friday. Had Flaker guessing. And now Radaman backs up over there behind. And Coach Rayburn says, still got to get close. Squares the bunt. Gets it down. Friday is going to step and throw to first. Bryce Flaker got the job done with 2 strikes. Sacrifice bunt there for Bryce. And now Lucas Hammerly. Hammerly drove in Badoon back in the 6th. Trying to win it here in the bottom of the 8th. Breaking ball in for a strike for Friday. Tomas Umara waiting on deck. Friday fires. Line to center. Luther coming in on it, making the catch. Badoon will tag. The throw from center field is not in, or it is in time, but it bounces away from Radaman. And Ben Friday doing his job backing up third base. There's 2 away now for Tomas Umara, and a wild pitch would win it. Got that extra bounce from that turf, and it went right over the head of Grant Radaman, and Ben Friday backed it up. One in the turf dirt would win it on a wild pitch. And there is no dirt here, just the turf dirt. The 0-1. Fouled into the screen, evens it up. We play in the bottom of the 8th inning. Conference opener for the 2 favorites in the conference. Ben Friday comes set. Badoon from third. Breaking ball, fouled back. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Friday fires again. Misses high. Good hold there by Tomas. Nathan Reimer looks like is on deck. The 2-2. A bit high and a tad outside. Counter runs full now. Payoff coming home. Friday fires. And got him looking on the inside corner. And Umara goes down with the strikeout. And we're going to the 9th. It'll be Radaman, Luther, and Withers for Pittsville in the 9th. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Top of the 9th inning we go here in Wisconsin Rapids. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for Pittsville. Stat lines right now for the Panthers: 3 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 4 errors and left 11 runners on base. For Pacelli, 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, and they've left 12 runners on base. So pretty even across the board. The biggest inning right now, the 6th inning, when Pittsville had 2 errors to start the inning. And Pacelli made him pay with a couple of runs in that inning to tie it. Once again, thank you all for tuning in here tonight. Grant Radaman fouls it back. Grant a walk, reached on a couple of errors, and struck out in his 4 at-bats. Popped a mile in the air and out of play near the softball or the batting cages to our left. No balls and 2 strikes. Foul at the plate again by Radaman. Darren Luther on deck, followed by Brody Withers. Brody tripled with 2 outs in the 7th. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses, drops low. Outfield plays no doubles. Flaker and Garski, the deepest they've been all night in left and center. Chopped over to third. Hansen steps, throws, and in plenty of time retires Radaman for the first out. Now to bring up Darren Luther, a couple of strikeouts, a ground out. Brody Withers on deck. Tomas Umara in his 4th inning of work. First one misses high and in, 1-0. Ben Friday will be in his 5th inning of work if he comes out and pitches in the 9th. Zickert went 4 for Pittsville. Opper went 5 for Pacelli. The 2-0. Missed 3-0. Tomas Umara kicks and fires. There's one right at the letters, 3-1. Wheels and deals. Fouls in it in the mitts. Count runs full at 3-2. The payoff home drops a bit low. And a 1-out walk will bring up Brody Withers. Brody a walk, single, strikeout, and a triple. He was part of that trifecta of strikeouts in the 5th when Pittsville had the bases loaded and nobody out. They only scored 1 run in that inning. 3 walks to start the inning. 3 walks to start that 5th inning to Zickert, Luther, and Friday. Radaman reached on an error. Then Darren Luther, Withers, and Krieger all struck out. The 1-0 to short. Underhands it to second, across, and in time. And a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play for Pacelli. We played 8.5. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Cardinals. When we come back, you're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
All right, it'll be Owen Hansen to lead things off here in the home half of the ninth. Ben Friday still out there in his fifth inning of work. First one misses high and in. Pacelli scored once in the second inning, twice in the sixth. Pittsville scored once in the first, once in the third, and once in the fifth. There's a strike. Evens it up at 1-1. Friday just missed a bit inside, 2-1. And Friday behind 3-1 here. Kelton Opper waiting on deck for Pacelli. The 3-1 to Owen Hansen. There's a strike. Count runs full at 3-2. Gonna be hit to left. Schooley ranging over. That makes the catch out in left field. That'll bring up Kelton Opper, the first baseman. Started the game on the mound for Pacelli. Couple of strikeouts, fielder's choice, and an error in Kelton's 4 at-bats. Drops a bit low, and it's 1-0. He hits to right. Over on it is Withers. He's going to give way to Dawson Luther, who bobbled it out there in right center field. And there's 2 away. First ball we've seen hit in the air to right field for either side. There's been a couple of ground or hard hit balls through the gap out there, but first one we've seen put in the air anywhere near right field. That'll bring up Jaden Garski. Jaden looks at a strike. Jaden bounced out to Friday. They hit off of Friday and then barehanded by Radaman in that outstanding play in the 7th. Missed a bit inside. Backing out of the way is Garski. Eric Reinke waiting on deck. Going to be hit right up the pipe for a 2-out base hit for Jaden Garski. Second time being on base tonight for Garski. Eric Reinke's been on base 3 times. Single, reached on an error, doubled off the wall in his last at-bat in the 7th. He started that rally in the 6th, reaching on an error committed by Logan Zickert at short. Garski a 1.5 lead over at first. Breaking ball off the tip of the glove of Zickert. And back-to-back singles for Pacelli. We'll bring up Braden Flaker.
The left fielder, number 6, Braden Flaker.
Zickert needed about a half-inch more on his glove to make that stop. Either way, I don't think he would have been able to get out either base runner, but now Braden Flaker trying to be the hero with 2 on and 2 out. Drops low. Melise Baduna waiting on deck. Tenth hit of the night for Pacelli. Missed outside. Flaker's walked twice, reached on an error, and grounded out. The 2-0. Outside gets it. 2-1. Friday comes set. Back to Flaker, outside corner, and it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Friday sets. Going to be up the middle. Parkinson will take it himself and end the 9th inning. No runs on a couple of hits. 1 left. We've played 9 to the 10th. We're tied at 3. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
At Oso Brewing, we're committed to our community and charity events. We give back locally. We're spot on with tasty food right inside our brewery. Oso pizzas and sandwiches are the best kept secrets in the area. Come and enjoy our new patio atmosphere with friends and family.
It will be something you want to tell your friends about.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Here we go to the top of the 10th. It'll be Pittsville catcher Jamison Krieger, Will Tolzman, and as of right now, it should. We'll see who's on. See who's on deck. Looks like Grayson Schooley. Krieger tonight sacrifice bunt, a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Tomas Amara gets a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Popped up and out of play. Thump, 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 thud, thud, thud. The 1-2. Oh, they're going to put him at first. Oh, I don't know if Krieger. That was pretty generous. Krieger looked like he may have leaned that front elbow in, and they're going to give him first base on a hit by pitch. That was pretty generous. Oh, goodness. Squares the bunt. Fouls it back. Does Tolzman. Couple of strikeouts, a ground out, and a walk tonight for Will. Tell you one thing, 3 hours and my phone's charged up, so that's... Oh, Hammerly saved an error there. Hopper, pardon me. Thank you. Kelton Hopper. Runner at first and nobody out. Scores the bunt again. Gets it down, but fouled down the first base line, and Tolzman's behind 0-2. Grayson Schooley waiting on deck for Pittsville. Outside corner and got him looking. Another serve pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. And Tolzman is down via the strikeout for the third time here tonight. I'll bring in Grayson Schooley. Scully re-entering as Lee batted last time. He got hit by a pitch on the first pitch he saw. Nice stop behind the plate by Reinke. It'll be the top of the order for Pacelli in the 10th. Squares again. Strike in there anyway, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Krieger from first. Squares the bunt, pops it up, and will not get Krieger in time at first. Now back to the top of the order and Logan Zickert. Zickert tonight, ground out, triple, walk, single, fielder's choice. And was caught stealing at second in the 8th inning. First offering misses low to Logan. Lined right up the middle, and that was going to split the gap to left center. And Zickert is going to truck in with a double. So a 2-out double for Logan Zickert. That'll bring up Dawson Luther. Dawson, a couple of walks tonight. Fielder's choice, ground out, ground out. Hasn't really made good contact yet. Now it spikes in there. Reinke, another phenomenal stop behind the plate. Eric has played tremendous so far for Pacelli. Amara fires. Lined up the middle. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. A 2 RBI base hit for Dawson Luther. And the Pittsville Panthers have a 5-3 lead here in the 10th. Not the hardest contact that Dawson has ever put on a ball, but got the job done into shallow center field. And the All-State junior puts Pittsville on top. His first hit of the year is a big one. Last year when these two teams played at Buchholz Park, it was a 5-3 game. We're 5-3 right now. That one gets through the Ricketts or Reinke. And Pittsville's got another runner in scoring position. Ben Friday, strikeout victim, his last 2 at-bats. Lines that one, backhanded by Hammerly to first, and Hopper makes the catch. And that'll end the top of the 10th. Pittsville scores twice on a couple of hits. They leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's 5-3 Panthers. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
It's hard to choose a new school. It's about academics, but also so much more. What does it mean to be a Falcon? Let me show you around. It means contributing to our communities and considering our role in making the world a better place. Asking good questions so we can understand the complexities of the world around us. Creating positive relationships across our differences so that we can hear others and be heard. Solving problems as a team with both creativity and resilience. Figuring out who we are and identifying the small decisions we make every day to become who we want to be. So what do you think? Are you ready to fly?
What's the game change? Yeah.
right, Dawson Luther, who just put Pittsville on top, is now on the mound. He'll have to face the top of this Pacelli order, and Badoon, Flaker, and Hammerly. Ben Friday goes back to his shortstop position, and Logan Zickert moves out to center field. You knew it was just a matter of time. It was Dawson's 6th at-bat of the game, and he really hadn't put a good swing on the ball tonight. Again, it wasn't hit hard at all, but it was right into shallow center field and got the job done. But now it's Pacelli's turn, trailing by 2 again. He'll be the top of the order. Wouldn't want anywhere else if you're Pacelli, for sure. Dawson Luther's first offering misses high. Nate's Villere postgame show will wrap up our broadcast whenever it may end. We're 2.5. There's a strike. First pitch this afternoon is at 4:32. We are currently at 7:19 here in Wisconsin Rapids. 1-1 breaker, didn't break, and it's 2-1. And we'll be back, right back with you tomorrow night here from the Quadplex. Baseball and softball at 4 o'clock. Popped a mile in the air, my goodness. Radman, and makes the catch. Again, you can tell that was a nice catch there by Grant Radman over there at third. If we were playing this afternoon here in Wisconsin Rapids, he would have been dancing all around over there at third base trying to make that catch. The wind has all but died here in Wisconsin Rapids this afternoon and early evening. That was a big first out there for Dawson Luther. 44 degrees. The wind just 5 miles an hour. Flaker. Good first strike. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Gonna be line foul. Just hooked foul. And it's 1-2. Yeah, precipitation chances just about null the next week or so, according to the weather app, but temperatures upper 40s until Monday, 31 degrees for a high. Don't know if we'll have games that day. The 1-2 high and away. Braden's got to be in Pittsville on Monday, so the 2-2. Top foul behind Coach Sankey, but I'm sure if they ask, I'm sure Coach Rayburn would put like a shelter there for you. A little hunting tent. The 2-2 from Dawson. Fouled. Oh, got him. And there's 2 away. I'll bring up Lucas Hammerly. Kind of sounded like a thud, but it went into the mitt of Jamison Krieger. First offering. Missed inside. I know Mike Gwenlett was here last week for Wisconsin Rapids Eau Claire North softball. They had a doubleheader. And it was the first game went into extra innings. And both catchers caught all 19 innings that night. So I want to give a shout out to Jamison Krieger and Eric Reinke as well. There's a strike on their performances here tonight behind the plate. 2-1 here from Luther. There's a strike in the outside corner. We're down to our final strike. Dawson takes a deep breath. The junior righty. Comes set. And the 2-2. Foul straight back. Hammerly staying alive. Yeah, lights are on here at the South Field at the Wisconsin Rapids Sports Quadplex. The 2-2. Chopped over to second. Parkinson to first. They got it. And Pittsville picks up a huge conference win here tonight in extras. A final score of 5-3 over the Pacelli Cardinals. Ben Friday is your winning pitcher. And Dawson Luther picks up the save and the game-winning 2 RBI base hit. Nasonville Dairy Postgame Show coming up next. You've been watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids as the Pittsville Panthers pick up a huge conference win here tonight over Pacelli here with Pittsville do it all. Dawson Luther, just talk about that final at bat. I mentioned it on the broadcast. It was only a matter of time when you're going to be able to square one up. Just talk about that final at bat.
Yeah, I mean, kind of all night I was just kind of struggling to get the ball on the bat, and or the bat on the ball. My fault there. But yeah, I just knew on that last at bat I had to just simplify things, and I don't know, I got it done.
A lot of things to work through, obviously, in the first game of the year. Logan, 4 good innings. Just talk about Ben Friday coming in and in relief and getting the job done on the mound.
Yeah, I thought Ben did a great job tonight. There was that one shaky inning where he had a couple of big errors, but he didn't let that bother him, and he got the job done.
Just talk about obviously first game of the year, but being able to get through a game like this, extra innings, massive conference game, the momentum that this gives you guys.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. We got a big weekend ahead of us. I believe we got a game tomorrow and then a doubleheader on Saturday, and then I think we have 4 games next week. So it's good to start off hot, and we're gonna look to keep it going.
I'll put you in the house, all right?
Sounds good.
Go ahead.
I'm Dawson Luther, and I'm in the house.
Thank you, Dawson. Thank you. Pleasure. Thanks, buddy. Bring in head coach Justin Rayburn here as well. Coach, I just talked to Dawson about it. First game of the year, got to get some things out of the way. But pitching-wise, just talk about the job that you guys did tonight.
Yeah, all 3 of them did a nice job. It's pretty rare that you play a game like this where you go through 2 pitchers who pretty much reach their pitch limit, and then you have to use a third. But all 3 pitchers I thought did a nice job. We didn't play the best defense behind them, and what I like to see is they didn't get real frustrated after a couple of those errors. So we got some defense to clean up, but I was happy with the pitching.
Yeah, just offensively, obviously, again, Dawson able to square one up there in the extra innings. You knew it was going to happen at some point. Dawson was going to be able to get a big hit. Just talk about the guys in front of him being able to get on and extend that inning.
I kind of talked to the bottom of the order guys separate and talked to them a little bit about their role and kind of setting the table for the top of the order. And one thing I like about those guys is they embrace it. They still got a little work to do, but we all do right now. Dawson, I don't think maybe he would tell you he probably wasn't looking his best in his first few at-bats. The one thing with him is even when he's struggling early on, you don't get too concerned because you know he's going to eventually bust out of it.
The tough things about early on in the year, obviously a massive conference game for the first game of the year, a lot to work through. But what kind of confidence does it give you guys knowing that you can go toe-to-toe with a really good Pacelli team?
I think anytime we play Pacelli in any of the years that we've had, it's always going to be a battle. They're well coached, they're a good team. Kelton's a pretty good pitcher. But I do like that we got to see somebody throwing a little bit harder early on. So hopefully that as we get going with our regular season schedule here, that hopefully bodes well for our hitters. When you see somebody throwing high velocity early on, you got to get the bat going. Yep. And we got 3 big games in the next 2 days here with a little road trip. So
perfect. Congratulations, Coach. Good luck, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. All right, with that, we're going to sign things off here from Wisconsin Rapids. 5-3 winners. Pittsville over Pacelli here tonight on Zaleski Sports. We'll be right back with you tomorrow. Assumption Adams Friendship doubleheader softball on the west softball field, Wisconsin Rapids, and Chippewa Falls baseball on the north field right behind us here at the Quadplex. And a whole bunch of other games at ZaleskiSports.com. For Braden Sutter, this is Steve Mave signing off. Have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow right here on Zaleski Sports.